Well, outstanding programs and racing set down for decision at Club Menangle on Saturday night events, and of course at Melton also Saturday night, 12 races, just superb racing right across the board at both venues. Looking at specials, kicking off with Club Menangle first. It's hard to go past one of my favourites here in number 2, Chubby Checker, 4 from 4 since coming from New Zealand. They're looking at bigger things for Chubby Checker, and despite the fact that he's stepping up in grade, I think Chubby Checker is definitely the one to beat in the second event. They go over to race 3, also nicely drawn in 2, which will come into 1 with the scratching is Hidden Delight. A very consistent member of the Mark Callaghan stable, driven by his talented son Jack. Hidden Delight, the mare, she's won 3 of her past 4. She's racing in career best form, and she was certainly the beneficiary of an excellent drive by Jack in scoring at Newcastle last time out. Over to race 4, this looks a put in take out as far as cash and flow is concerned. He will start short. We may just push him aside as far as being one of the better bets on the card. Looking for more value, going over to race 5, and Raging Sea has drawn wide. I don't mind his past 4 runs. They've been very solid indeed, Raging Sea, and although he has drawn a deep gate, this does look a suitable assignment. I'm expecting Raging Sea to run a very bold race. In the following event, race number 6, and Send It, was the victim of just a perfect drive by Kerry Ann Morris last week, when Send It looked to have the race at his mercy until Kerry Ann produced I Can Run in the shadows of the post to steal the race away from Send It, who is over to race 8, the last of the specials, in Electra. Now, this very consistent mare from the Paul Fitzpatrick barn has had 8 starts. She's won 2 of them, but she's also been runner-up on the other 6 occasions, so you just couldn't ask more from Electra. The past 2 starts, she's been beaten by Antonia and also Heaven Island, and both of those will be heading to Victoria on Saturday to compete at Melbourne in the big Melton Group 1 events. So certainly the form around Electra is very strong, and she gets her chance to break through for another deserving win. Now, looking at Melton, well, as far as specials are concerned in race 5, I'm sticking with Max Delight. He draws nicely. To race 7, one of the star events on the card, the 2-year-old Colts and Geldings Group 1 final, and here the outstanding prospect Beach Villa, another one of these brilliant performers from the exciting Emma Stewart barn, awkwardly drawn on the back row, but Beach Villa has been very impressive in winning 2 from 2. All over to the 10th event, and here number 1, Dad and Day for Andy and Kate Gaff. That stable is enjoying a lot of success of late. Very impressive. Dad and Dave, and winning at his only start since coming from New Zealand, and from the good draw he will take a power of beating. So they're my thoughts for both Club Menangle and Melton on Saturday night. 2 outstanding racing. Punters are certainly going to have a smorgasbord of action at those 2 particular venues. Now, before signing off, I just want to pass on my sincere condolences to the Turnbull Rickson families following the passing of the legendary Hall of Famer Tony Turnbull during the week. Certainly one of the great characters of the sport. A wonderful story by his very dear friend Harry Pearce in the National Trot Guide website. I certainly urge you, if you haven't already, read that particular article by Harry. He was a lifelong friend of the great A.D. Turnbull. On the cover of the race book today, we featured A.D. Turnbull along with the Hondo Grattan, and of course Harry's book, A Legendary Reinsman, on the great life of Tony Turnbull. It was certainly a passion from Harry Pearce to write this about his great mate. If you haven't read the book, A Legendary Reinsman, I certainly urge you to get the copy. It's great reading, and you'll find out a lot about the wonderful A.D. Turnbull. So once again, our sincere condolences to the Turnbull and Rickson family. Rest in peace, A.D. Turnbull. Until next time around, good punting.